Hey guys, welcome back to another video, guys. Today we're taking a look at the Los Angeles Rams from Madden 2002 all the way up to Madden 25. And starting off right away, guys, I want to say, if you're new to the series, how the series works is we look at when the stadium changes every year from 2002 to 2025. For example, for the LA Rams, we have 2002 is what we're starting with. Then we're going to switch to 2005. Then 06, 07, 08, 09, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, which is Madden 25, 15, 16, 17, 19, and then Madden NFL 25. So this right here is Madden 05, and to be honest, it actually looks really good. And even though this is forever ago, it still actually looks like a pretty good it actually looks pretty good graphically wise. It's amazing, even though that these are like, what, at this point, 20 years old games, they still look decent. I mean, they're not like great, don't get me wrong, but for what it is, it's not the worst thing in the world, especially when it comes to how old they are. So now this is Madden 06. This obviously is the first Madden with on Xbox 360. So this is like the technical first upgraded Madden that we have seen. Supposed to look better. I think it does look better than 05. But yeah, so this is the first on next gen consoles, PS3 and Xbox 360. And then we have Madden 07, which I feel like just got completely darker. And one thing you will see with the St. Louis Rams here, because obviously it starts off with St. Louis and then they eventually move to Los Angeles. One thing you will see is, look at the jumbotrons. You see how on both sides the jumbotrons are humongous? They're like really big jumbotrons. That's going to change over the next couple Maddens, because for whatever reason, St. Louis decided that they wanted to do smaller jumbotrons on one side, so it becomes like a singleized screen on one side of the jumbotrons. So right here, I think this Madden, this is 08. No, 07, excuse me. This is 07. So I don't believe it's like that on this Jumbotron, is it? Let's see. Nope, not yet. So it might be like 09 or 010 is when they do that, but it's the weirdest freaking thing. So obviously the Rams went from the St. Louis Rams in St. Louis with the Coliseum here. Then they moved out to LA. And before they went to SoFi, they actually had their own special Coliseum, which we will see later on in this video, before they go to SoFi and, you know, becomes the Los Angeles Rams. So they have a 3 destination type aspect here before they become the actual Rams. While, for example, the Raiders, before they became the Raiders, only had 1 destination, and then they became the Raiders. So kind of cool, you know, a little bit different with the Rams. Obviously St. Louis not too happy that they lost their football team. I don't think anyone is happy when they lose their football team, let's be honest. It's one of those factors, you know. Thankfully in Cincinnati, we have never lost our football team. We've had it since 1967, and you know, thanks to Paul Brown and obviously now Mike Brown, we still have a team in Cincinnati, so Hamilton County is still representing. Anyway, though, still, I miss this stadium so much. I actually bought this stadium into, as you see right here, this is the Jumbotron. You guys can see it's a singleized screen. I don't know why they did that, by the way. I have no idea why they did that. That is the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. I don't know if they thought that, you know, adding more seating would be better. I don't know. That was the ugliest decision of my life. But anyway, I did bring this Coliseum to Madden 25 in a video by going ahead and changing around the Stain Stadium to make it this Coliseum. But I wish, again, things I wish EA Sports would do. bring old stadiums back to life in Madden 25. Give us options, man. Like, they give us options for older uniforms. If you go into the uniforms and play now, you can choose uniforms like 1980s, 1970s. And I know this takes a while to code, and not really code, but it takes a while to do the graphics for this and the meshes for this. But just do it. Like, just bring this in Madden 26. Have us the ability to do old stadiums and, you know, custom stadiums as well. But also bring back old stadiums. I think a lot of people who are Rams fans would love to have the St. Louis Rams as a chance, an opportunity to play in their stadium again. See, it's like stuff like this would be cool. Now, I'm not sure if they have the rights to the St. Louis Rams Stadium. That's another factor I think that is definitely up there. Obviously, you know, when I'm a YouTuber, right, so I just do like this stuff for fun. But when you do it for commercial purposes, like put in a video game, you do have to have the rights to it, or else you can get sued. So you have to, like, you know, if you're going to make money off of it as a video game, you can't put stuff in a video game and make money off of it unless you have the rights to it. So again, maybe that's a factor, but I think EA Sports should just buy the rights. Multi-billion-dollar company, like, just go get the rights. I don't know. But anyway, though, that little Jumbotron is getting worse over the years as the graphics get better in this game. That is just, it gets worse and worse. Now, I normally don't include Madden 17 in this series because Madden 17 usually isn't much of an upgrade. Well, guess what? It is this time, because Madden 17 is when they literally moved to the Coliseum. So it is why, you know, this is actually included for that said reason. But right here, we do have another little look at the next Madden on the docket. So this is Madden 15. Now, this is the first Madden, actually second Madden. Madden 25, our last Madden, was actually the first Madden when it went next gen to Xbox One and PS4. This is the second Madden / first true Madden that was fully next gen. So Madden 25 was like a crossover year. This was the first true Madden that was actually next gen for Xbox One and PS4. And then we have Madden 16, which was the year of OBJ, the year of the aggressive catch, the year of the throw it up and hit Y. And many controllers did not survive this year. Sadly, many controllers met their demise at the matter of a Calvin Johnson Ultimate Legend card. Ultimate Legend? Maybe not that. No, I think at that point, I think he did get Ultimate Legend card. At least a Legend card, I think. Maybe Ultimate Legend too. A lot of people's controllers met their demise from that card. And then we moved to the Coliseum. And now we're here. So, little bit of a change, right? Before we go to SoFi, we had to go to the Coliseum. A little bit more open. Things are, you can actually see some things going on. You know, there's a little bit more of a view and a little bit more of a sun. Still a really cool stadium. I do love this stadium as well. Another really cool stadium here. Again, I'd love to have this in Madden 25, man, with the updated graphics and stuff like that. But sadly, we are not in that situation. So next game we're going to now is Madden 19. Now, Madden 19 will be the first game we no-clip out of. The reason why I haven't no-clipped out of any of the others ones is because every other stadium we've looked at so far has been a void. It's been a complete void. There's nothing to no-clip out of because you're not going to go anywhere, right? It's a kind of just how it works. It's a void. So this is the first stadium in Madden 19 now that has an outside to the actual stadium. So Madden 22 is literally when they put the outside of the stadiums in there. But Madden 19 does have a little bit of an outside, which we're going to see in Madden 25 with SoFi. Obviously, SoFi a little bit more upgraded, different, right? But for 19, still, it had something, okay? It had something. It also had some upgrades to this stadium, which I thought was really cool as well. We have the tunnel entrance right here that goes into here with some of the St. Louis Rams banners on both sides. And you can see It's something on the outside. And I know this doesn't look like a lot, but trust me, compared to the other stadiums before this, there was nothing on the outside. It was actually a void, especially because it's a dome stadium. You're not going to have anything on the outside. So this is like more than you would ever see from any stadium that we've looked at so far combined. Like, this is something. At least it's something on the outside. There isn't really an outside like of the stadium, sadly. Kind of how M&T Bank Stadium was. A lot of stadiums in Madden 19, it was like they were complete, but they weren't complete. They would add stuff on the outside to kind of get that presentation style, but at the same time, there wouldn't really be anything on the outside. So if we go on the outside here, we see we have the Rams flags up here. There is somewhat of an outside, and which is cool, you know? And I thought for a second actually that was a void. It's actually not a void. There is actually like concrete. You can see trees. There is concrete on the outside here. And there's a little bit of a area, you know, for the outside. Is again, like I said, stadium-wise, not the greatest. But for the actual like walk-around area, it is. You have this little statue thing right here, which is kind of cool. It's a 2D rendered image, but hey, it's something. I think it's because if you're trying to like see it from the field, you can actually see it. So that's a cool little factor. Obviously, Madden 19, you know, really got more involved with actually making custom models for the fans, so the fans felt realistic. It was just stuff like Madden 19 that they really kind of went overboard with, and I really do appreciate, because it looks really good. And again, oh, we have this one. I always love these photographs, these picture frames, photographs in these random locations, because they always make no sense. Sometimes they have like an Ask Madden on there. It will be like a, I don't know, a Rams versus Eagles game. And on the screens in there, it will be like Falcons versus Bears. It's weird. But anyway, on the outside, again, it's very minimalistic, but it is the first Madden that we're actually seeing stuff on the outside. So I guess it's like this was what, you know, this is what baby steps look like for EA Sports. And then it led to Madden 25, where like the outside is crazy. Although I will say with SoFi, it's not as crazy. Like, this is not the map. If you're looking at maps like with crazy outsides of the stadium, SoFi's not the stadium to look at. The Ravens Stadium is really good on the outside. The Bears Stadium is insane. Packers is really good. So, like, there's really good ones. This isn't really the one to look at, but compared to all the other Maddens, SoFi map is still really good. Now, if you go back to Madden 22 on the outside of the SoFi map, they rebuilt California and put it on a map. So, yeah, EA Sports went crazy with that. Again, Madden 22 had working cars. It had freaking everything. I mean, the game was crazy in Madden 22. But we're just talking about the stadium. So that's why we're not including Madden 22 in this, because we're just talking about the stadium, and this is what SoFi looks like. And yeah, compared to the other stadiums we saw today, SoFi is pretty damn amazing. It really is. And it costs a couple billion for a reason. And I mean, I would say they got their money's worth, because they got themselves a insanely crazy, awesome, exotic stadium. That was a lot of words to say. They got themselves a stadium, okay? It's a good stadium. Crazy stadium. But going throughout here, though, you can see we do have, of course, little corridor areas, and this is always what kills me with SoFi. Both sides are exactly the same, but for some reason, one locker room on either side does not have like the doors. It's weird. It is always weird with SoFi, and also not every single locker room is fully like looks good. It's only like 2 locker rooms actually look good. I guess they made the away locker rooms awful and the home locker rooms good. I don't think obviously it's not like that in real life, because obviously in real life every locker room is amazing. It's SoFi. They're not gonna make the away locker room crappy, but like the home locker rooms is insanely crazy in Madden for some reason. But EA Sports was like, yeah, away locker rooms, we don't need to work on those. Like, no one cares about the away team. Yeah. Shout out to EA Sports. Anyway, though, we do also have these like crazy freaking things on the wall, restricted access only, off the only something after access, whatever. Yeah, you guys saw. Anyway, they actually go the above and beyond. That's why I do love Madden 25 for detail, because they go really great with detail. Look at that. Ask Madden. Someone's playing Madden, and then you have the Falcon Stadium as the other picture. Ask Madden and Falcon Stadium as the other pictures on the wall for a Rams game. Why do we have Falcon Stadium on the wall? Why do I even ask questions anymore? It's EA Sports. It's Madden. They tell you literally in the very 2002, they tell you when you load it up, EA Sports. It's in the game. Literally what they tell you. And now let's go into the weird terrain issues with SoFi Stadium. SoFi Stadium is in the ground. Like, it is deep in the ground. And sad part is the like camera for Madden only goes up so far. And because it's so far in the ground, the elevation is janky. To say the least, this is the most jankiest map elevation wise outside of the Chargers map, which is also SoFi. So it's, look how janky this is. I can't go any higher than that. This is how janky SoFi is. It's the one map I hate going and looking at because of the elevation being so awful. And as you saw, it's like you take elevators straight down in the ground. You're literally going down into the ground in order to get to the actual field of SoFi. Everything else is like straight down in the ground. But it does have this beautiful little pond access thing on the map, which is also really cool. Again, it's a very cool map. It's a unique map. It's a huge outside, huge exterior. You know, a lot of things going on. 15 bathrooms, 3 half baths. No, I'm just checking. It's a beautiful location. It's very small though. Outside of the actual stadium, there's nothing. Look how deep that stadium goes into the ground. Holy moly, that's like 20 feet into the ground, bro. But anyway, outside of the short area here, there's nothing really at SoFi Stadium. It's a very basic map, which is funny because Madden 22 variant of this map has California rebuilt. It is one of the biggest maps I've ever seen. It is like, I would say 30 times the size of this map. Madden 22 though was a crazy year. They went insane with the maps. They went in crazy insane with all the details. It was gorgeous. But tell me down below your thoughts, opinions. See you guys in the next one.